This is it. The unimportant. The overlooked. The shit no one gave a fuck about.
Oh, I've seen double.
It is time I share my discoveries. During the release of Revelations, something happened. Something that no one even bothered to turn an eye to. The Apothicans invaded another timeline. And there was a new revelation about the zombies. And how they're created. What if this universe that we play as isn't the main universe? What if in reality there is a Magdalene effect happening? And this is just a sideline. Well, in COD Online we got to see the evolution of a zombie turning into an apothecant.
Okay, now I'm gonna break the tone for a moment just to say, we see a zombie turn into an apothecant's skull, and the size it turns into is only seen in the boss fight with the Keeper. Wait a minute, does that mean that the Void Bow... Guess who's adopting? This leads me to believe that the comics were showing something else with the Ascension page. They weren't showing a Keeper transporting to the castle. They were showing the transformation of a scientist turning into a Keeper. I mean, we have seen some traits of this with the Knights on Origins, being humans but with Keeper-like teeth and grayer skin. And not only that, with the reveal of the Fury and seeing how zombies get dismembered in COD Online, we see they are the same as the Furies. Maybe the zombies in COD Online are just more evolved to become apothecants. Alright, I'm going to be explaining what the Mandela effect is. The Mandela effect is having memories that don't correlate with real life and facts. In real life, it would be like the Kit Kat bar and the little dash that isn't there. Or is, I'm not sure anymore. But we see this with the characters in BO3, especially in Gorod Krovi, when Richtofen says Groff, or mentions Groff's name without even knowing who he really is, which is the evil Richtofen's memories coming into sync there. And to be honest, I don't really think our universe in BO3 is the main universe. The main universe is actually the multiplayer and the Nightmares campaign. And I think Nightmares has brought in the start of everything. But I'll go into more detail after I talk about the most crucial part of all, Element 115. See, in COD Online and multiplayer, the element 115 is green, and I know this for a fact in COD Online, that in zombies, you have to defend this turtle statue holding a green rock. That just happens to resonate a green element towards the zombies and mutates them even further. And speaking of which, in multiplayer, there's actually 3 multiplayer maps where I think green element 115 is being used. One of them being Citadel. You see lying around the floor, there's just armor with green residue, and the stones, snakes, and decorations are very similar to the one on top of the turtle of 115, the 115 turtle. And to add on to this, you see this green mist during the boss fight with Captain Jack Sparrow. Or the zombie pirate, I don't really know his name, but he looks like a parody of Jack Sparrow, so why not call him Sparrow? But yeah, you see him fucking teleporting, having a clear knowledge of weapons like snipers, Kimbo shotguns, a sword, shurikens, and he's smarter and more deadlier than Joe Dorero from the scenes of it. And he has that green element resonating from his legs and all that. The other map that I believe has 115 is Rupture, or the map with the Nikolai mech suits, or the Sarah boss fight that was just copy and pasted into zombies. Yeah, I caught that, Treyarch. I caught that to the point where you even used the animations of the fucking boss fight itself in your little trailer. I know all. I know all. But anyways, yeah. You see that giant machine that's pulsating? A little circle? I just think that that looks like a perfect source of 115 in a very reality-bending way. And not only that, but this machine, as big and powerful as it looks, I think is a teleporter of giant weapons. And not just that, but there is something that spawns in a very similar pattern to the freaking beacon in Rupture. And you know it's a portal because if you look at the text detail on top of the little clouds when it's on and activated, it's the same ones used as by the keepers in Shadows of Evil and when they're traveling to Alcatraz and all that. And you see, it's not, I believe that it's teleporting the boss from CODOL Online Cyborgs mode into the map. It could, okay, the beam itself could either be teleporting the boss that we see spawning in and then growing a couple times bigger and bigger, or it's simply destroying Nuketown. Like, that's the test weapon and that's the simulation.
Whoopsies. Oh no. Oh damn. Oh fuck. Oh god, it's coming. Oh, it's coming. Oh my god, it's coming. Yeah, he's here. Hello.
Which, by the way, is also very similar to how the fact that in COD Online, what do we have first? We have cyborgs, Nuketown, cyborgs, and then the zombies came. They became an add-on. Speaking of which, another verification to me that 115 is green in the multiplayer universe, not besides the weaponized 115 camo. Well, it is based on camos too, but in COD Online, I got this very nice aesthetic USP covered with zombie faces, and it was green and glowing, and it was beautiful, and that just verified to me that, yeah, this is definitely 115 flowing through their system, and it's green. I want to say something. I'm going to show you Egg Grenade. Thank you, Egg Grenade, for giving me the intel that I've been looking for ages to figure out the COD Online storyline. Thank you. Whether or not it's fully verified, I don't know. I'm lazy on that point. But yeah. Since something that I find interesting is that Nightmares and COD Online both. Yes, you see, I'm gonna have his post on the side, and you see how he says, "Yep, 115 is not relative to World at War and Black Ops Zombies and all that stuff." Well, actually, it is. It is relative to BO3, not the main zombies. It's not 115. That's the magical existence. It's Element 116, or Nova 6 and Element 115. 116. Because, you see, in Nightmares, the thing that created the zombies was Element 11 Nova 6. It was something along the lines of Nova 6 and Element 115 being combined, so it was like Element 1156. I'll have some audios playing, verifying it. But this is the interesting part. You see, fucking all the modes in COD Online are they're all correlated. Like, they're all, according to what he said, they're all freaking connected. So, like, it went from the story in that game to the survival mode with the guy shooting at you to the cyborg mode to the fucking alien mode, and that's all connected. Element Nova 6, yeah. Now you see here though, We have proof of an element being in both worlds. Maybe weaponized 115 or the green 115 is element 116. The green 115 is Nova 15. It's mixed with Nova gas.
After virus 6115 began its spread.
But isn't it interesting how you see on the canister that it says Nova 6? But the weird thing is that on all games, and Nova 6 has been shown as yellow, and there are yellow canister. You could even collect one, and it's yellow. But for some reason, later on, the ones that explode is Nova 6 that is green, and I wonder why. Was it like chemically tested? Probably because they added an extra chemical into it. But now that we have established that Nova 15 is in both universes, nightmares real quick. You have two deities or two godlike beings. No, I don't think they're fully gods, they're demigods. They're not up there, but they're there. Of being like, oh my god, he bends reality. And yeah. And they're talking to you in your head, similar to Shadow Man and Monty. And here's the thing. Shadow Man and Monty, they both have the same powers. Monty is more prevalent, but the Shadow Man can equally rival him, as the Shadow Man has his own jingles, his own box, his own world, similar to how Monty made his own little perfect world. The Shadow Man used it for evil, that's the only difference. While Monty just wanted to give no fucks, from what I can tell. He just wanted to be all nonchalant and live his life like nothing happens, and relax. But you see, in the Nightmares campaign, we have two demigods fighting for control of one character who are just trying to get the last sacrifice. And what do you see throughout this entire game? It sacrifices left and right.
A sacrifice must be made.
Offer yourself to him.
And these two demigods? They're the ones that caused the rupture of the peace of the heavenly worlds, as you hear in these quotes.
Right now, we've got bigger problems.
Why? Because we killed your brother, heir to the throne of Malum?
We've thrown this universe into anarchy. Demigods, sirens, titans, deities alike will go to war.
I think another fun thing to bring up about this is that the zombies have multiple eye colors in COD Online. They also have multiple eye colors in the Nightmares campaign. And here's some fun parallels from the actual zombies mode. And Origins are trying to open the gateway, while Deimos is trying to open the gateway for himself too.
Oh, the vessel from access, the radius, the opening of the gateway. 9! I'm getting confused.
Now sacrifice yourself. Open the gateway.
Do as he asks. Let him think he's won.
Too. But he just passes through it, as said in this quote, and he needed a sacrifice to open the gateway. And remember how Monty said he was the one who decided on free will? Well, here's a quote to bring up who else could have been on that little table of decision making.
I'm meant to stay on the sidelines, not really supposed to get involved. Free will and all that stuff. Oh, that was my idea, by the way.
Only through me, the Shadow Man, will you find your redemption.
I am Dolos, demigoddess of deception and trickery.
I am Deimos, demigod of dread and terror! After you kill me, who's next? Our father? The king on his fiery throne, Cronus, Proteus, and Hybris, Chiron, the four brothers of the Great Sea, the mirrors of Perseus. Where does it end? Will you kill all of Malum over that thing, that human?
I don't turn people into puppets. Not when they're so suggestible and malleable. Why control when they can formulate their own thoughts?
I just want to point out Takio's katana. And Standoff itself. Remember Standoff, how it said at one point there was a sticky note that said, "The zombies are coming." And what do we have now in CODOL 9? The zombies came! And boy, are they fun to shoot at. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the map as a zombie map. It's quite enjoyable. But there is a third revision of the map. And it looks like the perfect world, wouldn't you say? Somewhere where the house could be. And a piece of paper with 935 on it. You know, what could that mean? Could that mean that Monty, that world is Monty's perfect world? Seen in the multiplayer's eyes? Seen in the correct eyes before shit went mad? Is this where we were at? How it was? Or is that the aftermath of the zombies?
This would also explain why there's perks in multiplayer, dragons, the Bowie Knight, other zombie elements. Monty's chocolate in both campaign and multiplayer, because it's the aftermath of the perfect world, which years later, I guess. And we didn't really get to explore the world much, did we? Maybe that's what we did.
Does a human just evolve normally and start killing each other like morons, like normal? I guess so. But this is my proof. This is what I think is the main timeline. The multiplayer, the nightmares, and the COD Online. Let me just say one more thing about this. In the campaign, both zombie and nightmare, there's a portion with the house that you see little tentacles growing out of the house, like little vines that are blue and electrical. Yeah, and we see them back in Revelations.
Okay.
I don't know about you, but I think that's a clear factor to me that the reality is the strongestly. That reality is the most connected to Revelations than all the other maps. That, or is just simply the roots of reality. That's what keeps the worlds together. But there's also the possibility that Revelations is Malum, that place that they're trying to connect in Nightmares. And here's why. Just listen to this quote and then think about it.
Why does this place look so strange, yet so familiar?
Malum is a realm beyond conceptual space and time. It manifests as a reflection of the individual. This is your Malum. Follow Taylor. He'll take you to the heart.
Our Revelations, or our version of Malum, comes out as all the zombie maps we've played. It's because that's our Malum, that's what we know, or that's what our characters know. And that's why it comes out this way, why that's just a revamp of old zombie maps. In COD Online, I would say you see crazier shit than in BO3, because it's just all-out war in it. Literally, you got fucking UFOs and fucking giant beings coming in. but you see it's more mixture of everything. Like you see the Nova Gas zombies, and then you see a modification of the Nova Gas zombies with horns. That is I don't know about you guys, but that is a fucking obvious reference to me to devils and demons. And there we go. That's fucking obvious right there. Then we got the Hellhounds that look more hellish and are more powerful in COD Online. Fucking, I honestly think that the fucking narrator in the Colosseums made like some kind of contract to have some fucking kind of control over the fucking undead there. Because, dude, fucking fire guy, Infinite Warfare's Revenge, that guy who just throws balls and spirit bomb at you made of flames and death and doom. Dude, how do you keep that in check? You're just fucking making a show. And then there's that giant monster at the end of the beach level, pirate level, that I feel was greatly inspired by the scrapped BO2 map with the pirate theme. And now, again, with the leaking of realities, you also see 935 coming into play on the monkey bomb and the weaponry. But it's not exact. It's like slightly modified. The Thunder Gun doesn't go as far. The Wonder Waffle isn't electric chain, but that's probably because it's robots we're shooting with the Wonder Waffle, not zombies. So it's like, I don't know how that would work. And the ray gun is still like, it's more safer for the user, but it's less ammo. That's always a given. And you see modified versions of all the like the Gersh device has been modified to be a little bit different. It's a twist knob now, and you can't jump through it. And at one point, you even had like the kill streaks coming in. That's like, it's a mixture of the realities coming in. And 935 is, you could probably presume that Group 935 made the nanotech perks in COD Online's reality, because that's who made the perks in the original timeline. But yeah, for now, that's all I have to say about the mixture of realities. It's not too far-fetched to presume that multiplayer and campaign and nightmares are linked, because the multiplayer and the campaign do have zombie elements, like I said earlier, but they also have unlockables with like the player cards. They have the transit, moon, perk bottles, and then they have pack-a-punch camos that you can unlock in a very stupid way. But they're still unlockable, even though it's stupid how you have to unlock them. And cruel, considering like half of the fucking population doesn't really know. Like, when they unlock it in multiplayer, they don't fucking know it's in zombies, just because most of the time, this is how players work. One people are exclusive to zombies, multiplayer people are more exclusive to multiplayer, and they will not know what one or the other is. So it's kind of a cruel attempt to make them want to switch to both game modes, even though it doesn't really work. But yeah, that's just, yeah, this wouldn't be so far-fetched because to think that this is all just the main timeline, or this is the aftermath of zombies. Considering that there's a possibility that the entire thing could just be a play, considering that either the statues and the toys are for play or memorials, because they do have the Apothicon statue and with the Richtofen statue toy thing, and they do have the real statues on top of the fucking squid map, so yeah, that's a thing. And they have memorials for each character. Tank Dempsey is on bullet shells on firing range. Again, Richtofen has a golden statue. And Takeo has his katana. So yeah. And that's everything for this theory right now. I want to hear you guys' discussion down below, or what you guys thought about it. Feel free to like and subscribe, and for now, I'm going to go work on some other projects. Feel free to check out some previous videos, part 1, and one of our recent cinematics at Motion Arc. Oh yeah, by the way, the Chronorium's in multiplayer. And last time we saw the Chronorium, it was on Revelation, so, yeah.